Dr. Annette Bosworth is running for South Dakota's open Senate seat against 4 other Republicans, and she shared a viral image Monday on her Facebook page. And it really gives you a peek into the mind of how the far right views human beings. It said, quote, "The food stamp program is administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They proudly report that they distribute free meals and food stamps to over 46 million people on an annual basis. Meanwhile, the National Park Service, run by the U.S. Department of Interior, asks us, please do not feed the animals. Their stated reason for this policy being that the animals will grow dependent on the handouts, and then they will never learn to take care of themselves." This concludes today's lesson. Any questions? Yes, I have one. In fact, I have many, but I'll limit it to one. Are you really comparing human beings to mountain lions and gophers? And I know the answer to that question. It's a loaded question. The answer is, yes, you are. You're a heartless bitch. So here's the reality on food stamps. Quote, SNAP law limits benefits for 3 months out of a 36-month period unless they participate in working at least 20 hours per week, participating in an employment and training program for at least 20 hours per week, or participating in a SNAP workfare program for at least 20 hours per week. More facts on this, 50% of food stamp recipients will be off it within a year. Isn't that interesting? So it's structured where there's no choice but for it to be temporary. So you can't be dependent on it because they cut you off after a while. On top of that, a lot of the benefits go to seniors, children, the disabled, and veterans. Let me ask you a question. Which one of those would you like to put up your middle finger to? I can't hear you. What's that? I can't hear you from the running away you're doing from your own stupid comment. No, those are all groups that we're all in favor of. Oh, look, come on. Civilized people take care of their seniors, their children, their disabled, and the veterans, no? But apparently you're not in favor of doing that. On top of that, keep in mind, man, just bigger economic facts in general. 76% of the American people live paycheck to paycheck. So people are struggling even though they're working full-time jobs. Remember, the unemployment rate is what, 6.5% roughly? But 76% of us are living paycheck to paycheck. So in other words, people are working, but they're not being compensated in any serious way for the job that they're doing. And there are many reasons for that, including the tax system being rigged against the little guy like we discuss all the time, and I've given you the details of, money corrupting our politics. The list goes on and on. And then also remember, we live in a country where we have over 10 million people who are working poor people. The minimum wage is not a living wage. So again, you could work a full-time job and not make enough money to survive. So you're not lazy, you're not a moocher or a parasite, but you have no choice but to go to the government and to get food stamps or get Medicaid or use the safety net to help you out. Because your choice is either let my kids starve or let myself starve or actually go and use the safety net, which is there for a reason. But that's the thing, man. They don't view people as people. They don't view everybody as like, okay, everybody's basically trying to get by and live a happy, healthy life and do these things. She views it as, no, the takers and the makers. Everybody who's ever taken $1 of government money, they're evil, they're bad, they're gross. Actually, that's not even true because they don't believe that. What she believes is if you've taken government money and you're poor, or if you've taken government money and you're a minority, well, then there's a problem and I'm going to scold you and compare you to wild animals. Oh, but if you're on Wall Street and you take a bailout, fine by me, man, go right ahead. Oh, you're a defense contractor and you take billions of dollars that you don't need? Fine by me, man, go ahead. You name it. How much corporate welfare is there? More than there is regular welfare. We've given you the specifics on that in many stories that we've done on the show. But certain kinds of welfare she loves. She loves certain kinds. It's just the kind that, helps out poor people who are trying to get by. Fuck them. And of all the things to care about, what is it, $1.30 a meal for people who can't afford it? And you're complaining about that? It's such a joke. It's so sad. The problem is not with the people, okay? Because again, everybody's just trying to get by. Maybe 1% in any society checks out and says, fuck it, I'm not going to even participate in this anymore. I don't care. But the overwhelming majority of people are doing their best to get by and survive and live a decent life. And you're putting your middle finger up to them even when the statistics show they're busting their ass and they still can't get by.